Sri Lanka is a country with so many beautiful places to see and visit, and it is very popular for its beaches, its food, its wildlife, and amazing people. However, there's another side of Sri Lanka that you may not necessarily know as much about. And that is a side that involves scary and spooky hauntings and ghost stories. Welcome back, guys, to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kendon, and in this episode, we're going to be looking at different angle of Sri Lanka. It's part of our Sri Lanka video series, but in this one, we're going to be focusing on 10 of the scariest and most haunted places in Sri Lanka. So, guys, continue watching. That is, if you aren't too scared to finish this episode. Number 10, Lover's Leap Waterfall. This waterfall is amazing when it comes to the view. However, it is said to be haunted by the spirits of a couple who jumped to their deaths. Locals, they avoid visiting this place at nighttime especially, and the common legend is of a prince who went out hunting, and on his way he met a beautiful woman, and she was from the village nearby, and they fell madly in love. But the king and the queen, they rejected this relationship, so the couple decided to jump from the top of the waterfall where they could be united forever in death. Number 9, General's House. This is a country residence of members of parliament, as well as a vacationing spot for many people. The house was built during the late 19th century as an English country house by the British. And now the country house is said to be haunted by the ghost of a dead English lady whose lifeless body was discovered in one of its rooms. They said that she passed away from natural causes though, but either way, her spirit still haunts the house. Number 8 brings us to Thivanka Pilimaj. This is a Buddhist temple located in Polonnaruwa, and the inner walls are decorated with incredible fresco paintings. And according to inspections, this building actually is the only building in Sri Lanka that was not constructed on a foundation. There were instances where people have seen flying objects and some bright rays of light fall on top of it. And now where they come from, nobody knows. Number 7 brings us to the Jawati Lunatic Asylum. This one is very creepy. The Jawati Lunatic Asylum was established in 1889, and within years of its completion, the asylum started to have issues with overcrowding. It could fit 400 people, but they at one point had over 500 people there. Now, it's said that these medical officers who were in charge of the place, they conducted inhumane experiments on their patient. Later on, there was another larger facility, now known as the Angoda Psychiatric Hospital, and that was built in the year 1917, and the patients were transferred there in the year 1926. Now, this asylum has now become the Arcade Independence Square with a lot of stores and restaurants and movie theaters. However, people often feel a deep feeling of sadness as they walk around the shopping center. Moving on to number 6, we have Helga's Folly. It's owned by Helga de Silva Blow Pereira, and she's a Sri Lankan woman who started painting on the walls of the hotel as a form of therapy after going through a very tough divorce. Now, this hotel has entertained guests like Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, as well as Jawaharlal Nehru, who are very well-known names to South Asians. Now, visiting this hotel, you'll see that it looks like a living memorial by the owner to the spirits of people who passed away. Like really, the decor itself will definitely send some spooky chills through your body. Continuing to number 5, we have the Telecom Building. In the year 1989, a bomb detonated by the Liberation Tigers of Tamil, Elam, and it nearly completely destroyed the Central Telegraph Office, now known as the Sri Lankan Telecom Building, and this blast killed 14 people and injured hundreds of others. The Sri Lanka Telecom Building was constructed in the year 1911, and the building suffered very heavy damage, but there was a restoration process that was carried out for a few years, and it was done in a certain way to make sure that the building remained true to its original design. And despite a successful restoration, the common belief is that this place is still haunted due to its dark past. Dhanushkodi is up next, and this one is actually located in India, but it's very close and has links to Sri Lanka. So according to mythology, Dhanushkodi is the place where Hanuman and Lord Rama's army built a bridge across the sea to reach Sri Lanka, and it's located around 31 kilometers from Sri Lanka. But the chilling side to this story started when a super cyclone hit Dhanushkodi on the night of December 22nd, 1964. The Pamban Dhanushkodi passenger train, which left Pamban with 110 passengers and 15 staff members, was actually hit by the high tidal waves, and the whole train got covered underwater and everyone on board lost their lives. The Pamban Bridge, which connected India to the Padman Island, also known as the Rameswaram Island, that was also destroyed and left more than 3,000 people stranded on the island. Overall, the death toll was close to 1,800, and because of this town to this day is a very spooky ghost town. The Borella Cemetery comes in at number 3, and this is considered one of the scariest places in all of Sri Lanka. It is here where the Dark July revolts began. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of paranormal activity at the cemetery because, you see, there have been caretakers that have reported seeing ghostly meetings known as Resveem at a crossroads where 4 paths actually come together. Now, there's also a tale of a man in a white suit, and this man leads workers to a mortuary and then disappears into a wall, and this causes people to go into shock and fall and faint. Coming down near to the end of this episode, we have the Rangala Natural Pool at number 2. This is a beautiful location, and it became very popular over social media as of the year 2017, and it's still pretty popular now. And if you look at the water, it is crystal clear, and it's a great place to take some amazing photos. Now, a lot of local travelers are attracted to this place because it makes some great pictures for social media. It's located in the Rangala village, which is about 42 kilometers away from Kandy City. And although this place is so attractive, there is a hidden danger of the Rangala Natural Pool. And here's the thing to understand. The pool is more than 30 feet deep, and a number of deaths have actually been reported after this place became more popular. It's heavily advised that everyone avoids going into the deeper parts of the pool. Also, the locals believe that there's something haunting the depths of the natural pool, and this haunting starts to take place late at night. And number 1 brings us to the Galley Fort Maritime Archaeology Museum. This maritime museum is housed inside a 1671 Dutch warehouse, and it showcases ancient maps as well as various different objects and items found on shipwrecks and many other things. Now, the building was affected during a tsunami that hit the island in 200 and ended in the death of many, many people. And since then, it has been restored with the help of the country, the Netherlands. But here's the thing. It's believed that this place is haunted, like haunted really badly at night, because people hear growling noises and loud sounds. And this is even reported by locals. And even to this day, the museum is open to the public from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So yeah, not too late, just in case they fall victims of the hauntings that happen there. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of this episode. This was a brief look at 10 of the scariest places in Sri Lanka. Whether these are fact or fiction, I'll leave that up to you to decide. This is just a collection of places that I came across that were reported to be haunted and have some dark histories associated with them.